name is Courtney and this is my nutritional program that I have written up for Jenny. Basically, Jenny is one of our long-term boarders here at the clinic. So basically what we've been watching out for is that the last few months Jenny has been on a different diet. She has been on a pure dry diet, half a cup in the morning and half a cup in the late afternoon. The food that she's been eating is a metabolic food, which is this here. Basically, the food that we have been putting her on has been designed to fasten up her metabolism so she can burn weight. When I say weight, I mean fat a lot faster. So basically this is lowering carbs, lowering proteins, everything like that. Now that we have seen that she has made a dramatic weight loss, along with that we have noticed that her coat isn't feeling as shiny and her skin's not as pink and bright as it once was. So basically what we're going to do is we are still going to keep her on the metabolic food, but we are just going to be introducing some different fats and proteins in for her. So basically the food that we are going to be introducing for Jenny today is going to be a tin of whiskers. So the one that we have chosen today is a salmon loaf. So basically with that salmon in it, it's just going to have those extra omega-3s that are going to help along with her coat, and then just that protein, which is just going to help along with some energy and just help just keep her muscles nice and strong. With that food, we're only going to be adding a small amount into her diet. We are going to be keeping her diet for the morning just on the metabolic food for now, and then keeping the afternoon food with the wet feed. Basically what we're going to be doing is that we are here in the late afternoon, so we will be able to monitor her and make sure that she takes to that food quite well. However, depending on how she goes will depend on our end result. So basically what I'm going to do now is before I feed her, just to get her weight calculation up to date, I'm going to take her up into one of our consultation rooms. Up in the consultation rooms there's some cat weighing scales, so we're just going to weigh her up, make sure that she's at a healthy weight still at the moment, and go from there. So before we feed Jenny today, we are going to be weighing her. Basically, our weighing scales are up in our consultation room, so what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be putting her in a cat carrier for safety for herself and myself. So we're going to be carrying up there. Once we get up there, we will then go through some of the hazards that make her while I am weighing her. Okay, so we're just going to grab the cat carrier, get that all prepared, and then put Jenny in it, and then take her up. This is the cat carrier that we will be using today for Jenny. So we're just going to make sure it's open and prepared for her. Yeah. I know. Good girl. It's okay. Alright, so she's locked in there nice and secured, and now we're just going to take her up to the consultation room. Okay, so as you can see, we've got the scales here behind us, and we've brought Jenny up to the consultation room. So she's just in a cage for her own safety at the moment, just keeping her nice and contained. What I'm going to do is, before handling her again, I am just going to put a pair of gloves on. Basically, there are some hazards that cannot occur with this sort of situation. So when removing her from her cage, from her carry cage, I just need to make sure that she doesn't go to bite or go to scratch me or anything, because she can be quite frustrated because she is, after all, in a cat carrier. Of course, when we put her on the scales, we do need to be aware that she's not going to fall off, that we're watching her, that she doesn't injure herself if she tries to jump down. What we're going to be doing now is basically just removing her, popping her on the scales, taking her reading. So what I've done is I've just cleared this off to start with. So it's nice and at zero. We're just going to weigh her now. So we're just going to put these gloves on. Okay, miss, you ready? Yes, I know. Hey, Baba. Come on. Alright. So we're just going to pop her on these scales. So when she's on the scales, we just want to put no weight on her. Just keep it nice and calm there. Alright, so we've got her weight. Alright, so she's currently sitting at 4.9. Okay, so now I'm just going to go through some of the hazards that can arise when removing the food and water bowl from Jenny's enclosure. So basically, because she does know me quite well, she's quite comfortable with me coming and going from her cage, but at the end of the day, she is an animal, and we still need to be aware. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use a calm voice, say hello to her, make her feel comfortable. When she starts warming up a little bit more to me, I'll open the cage. Once I've got the cage open, I will just grab that water bowl and that food bowl out and pop it into the sink. Basically, what we're going to be doing is, because that food and water bowl obviously has been used, it can become a hazard just in case she's sick or she has any germs or anything around our mouth. So what I'm going to be doing is I am going to be popping some gloves on while I grab that, and then gloves on while I rinse it. We just want to rinse her bowl, water and food bowl in between every use, just to make sure there's no food debris, which can lead to an upset stomach or other health issues. Okay, so now as you can see, this is the area that we prepare food on for all our boarding cats. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop a pair of gloves on, approach the cage, take Jenny's bowl out. Once the bowl's out, we're going to rinse it with her bowl. They are a 2-in-1. We do have those for most of our cats in here. Just creates more space in the cage for them. So here we go. All right, so first things first, we're always going to pop our gloves on, especially when handling food. Yes, I know. You're hungry. You're hungry. All right. So this is the bowl that we're going to be preparing for Jenny today. So we're just going to rinse that out now. Alright, so these just get rinsed and just wiped over. Alright, so like we said, we are going to fill up Jenny's water bowl today. So we will do that last. We are going to use her measuring cup for that. But first we're going to put the food in. So with the food, we're just going to use half a cup of dry and then a tablespoon and a half of the wet food. And we're just going to mess it all up for her in there. So first things first is to measure the food up accordingly. You're always going to do half a cup. So as you can see, that's just half a cup. Now you always want to make sure that you seal these up completely and just nice airtight. But as these will go into an airtight container. And just using a spoon and a half. Alright, this goes into the sink and then this will get washed and disinfected afterwards for the next use. Alright, so as we can see, this is the loaf with the salmon. Alright, now what we want to do is, because we are wearing gloves, we will just mix it up through. And basically what this will do is this will just help along with Jenny's coat and her overall health. So just so she make sure she gets it all, we're just going to mess it all up through there for her. Alright, so if we do this way, we are making sure that she is eating every little bit of the food and she's not going to be leaving any out. Alright, so once that's done, you can dispose of these into the bin. Alright, now we're just going to fill this up with water for Jenny. And there we go, Jenny's meal is now served. Now we're just going to pop that back in there for her. Okay, so now that Jenny is back in her cage and she's eating her food, we're just going to clean up the space. So basically what we've done is I've just popped foil back over that. Now this will go into our fridge. Now with this will only last up to 2 to 3 days. So if she doesn't eat this over the next few days, it will be thrown out just for hygiene reasons. We just don't want any bacteria growing or anything in there. So we're going to put that in the fridge. Now with her food is going to go into a storage cabinet. So basically we've got a cabinet with like locked air containers in it. Basically all the different cats in boarding that have got like specialty foods, they've got their name on it. This will go in there. So we'll just put these two things away really quickly so we don't forget. Alright, and then what we want to do is we're just going to clean this space up here. So we're just going to put some gloves on. We're just going to be using a Pino Clean mixer. Basically, we're just going to spray and wipe over the area. The sponges are disposable, so they will get thrown into the bin. And my gloves with them also. Once Jenny has finished eating for the day, her bowl will be taken out again, rinsed out of food so there's no food debris in there, especially with the wet food. It can leave a fair bit of mess behind. So we are going to rinse that out and then we're going to pop that back in for her with the water for the rest of the afternoon. So we're just going to use a Pino Clean spray. I'm just going to do a few sprays of that. Now I'm just going to use that disposable sponge. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to wipe over the surface completely. I'm just going to let that air dry. So we'll rinse this out. We'll just give it once more over. Alright. And once that's done, we're going to pop this in the bin. And we're going to go and grab alcohol. Basically what we're going to do is we'll put alcohol table down first. We will do this in between feeds, depending on how many cats we have in. Firstly, we need to let that dry before we go through with that